All right, this is a moon in the seventh house in Cancer, and when it comes to relationships, Cancer is right there. It's all about uh, you 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 need in your relationships. You need somebody who's home oriented, family oriented, like the family man or the family woman. You know, the soccer mom. In your marriage too, this marriage too, in your relationships with other people, you like to have and you do best. You have caring people in your life who people are also about their home and protecting their home and their family. um, um, like your relationship, like you want to be with somebody who can raise up a family. You want somebody who, or you know the, not just your relationship but people in general that you have, who people who are open, like vulnerably, like they're sensitive, they can open up their innermost self with you. And people who also are, they can take care of themselves. Like there needs to be a balance right here, because Cancer rules everything I just said, the fourth house. So in your relationships, the seventh house is all about balance, right? Balance in the relationship. You here, then the other person here, and y'all have to keep this balance. The relationship is constantly out of balance, and here it's saying that it's going to be due to Cancer things being out of balance right here. So the moon right here, for example, like let's say your boyfriend or your husband or something like that, like you're at work and um, you guys got a lot going on, and they're not there to kind of help you out, right? The balance right there. They not there to help you out. Let's say you have kids or there are other responsibilities or things that need to be taken care of. Right here, it's like, I need somebody that can do that. I need somebody who can help me and build, take care of those other things that I can't take care of. And so that's out of balance. That's it's constantly out of balance there. So let's say, again, you at work, and so what works out here is somebody who would like, the man or the woman. Let's just keep it at the man though. He like could go and get the kids, right? He'll drop, he'll go by your job and drop you off, your favorite meal, and then he'll get that little sauce that you like. It's a lot of care right there. You really do good with somebody who's like this, and going forward, you like, man, I really like this guy, and I really like that he really pays attention to this thing and really cares about enough about me to get me my favorite sauce. So going forward in the relation, that builds your relationship. Going forward, it's going to affect your these thoughts about, man, he did this and that and that. He really put a lot of thought. Yeah, that's the moon too. And Cancer right here is double energy. Really need somebody who puts a lot of thought into a relationship. So that this guy, he did this, and now going forward, now you want to do this for him, for example, in return. It just improves the relationship based off of those thoughts that you had. Man, this guy does this, and that. It affects the relationship going forward. It reflects how the relationship does going forward, or the marriage, or whatever like that. Another example could be like, let's say a woman who's too needy. See, like right here, people and to you, people can come off as too needy sometimes. Your relationship, your marriage, your boyfriend, girlfriend, they could come off too needy sometimes. That vulnerable child, the moon, and Cancer. It comes from the fourth house. That's the vulnerable child, that inner part of us that is that needs nurturing. And perhaps this person, like they, in a relationship, this person took it too far. Like the woman took it too, she's too far, and so she's too needy and stuff like that. So the guy will be like, let's say, the guy, he this example, class example of somebody who works long, hard hours, so they can, keep up the bills and You know, they really want their woman to stay in this house that she really likes, and she's so happy in this house, and she's so at peace and stuff like that. Here, it's like a woman who's like they just need more. They just need more and more and more. Perhaps this person don't feel, appreciated. Like, what about me? I need some care too. They'll say something like this. And that affects the relationship going forward. So they think, man, look, I'm tired of this relationship. It is draining me. I can't sleep at night. It's messing up my stuff at work and all of this, and I'm just not at peace mentally, emotionally. I'm not at peace, and these thoughts right here that that right there affects the relationship. So they'll go, whether they express it in their relationship or not, or to their, their needy girlfriend or their needy wife or not, it affects the relationship. It brings it out of balance. So now this guy is like, the relationship suffers because of these thoughts you have. And so you're not at peace. You're not at peace mentally because you're having all these damn thoughts about this relationship, and you can't find peace mentally. So like, man, watch out for watch out for this. Watch out for putting too much into like somebody who's too needy, and then they're not taking care of you, or they're not, being more self-caring, like, looking out themselves more, because this can drive you nuts mentally. You can't sleep, and then throw the relationship out. So now, going forward, like you perhaps you'll back off some. You won't be as, put as much thought into a relationship, because now you got to look out after your peace. So going forward, now you got to look after your peace. So for you to be mentally okay and emotionally okay, you got to stop putting so much thought into the relationship, into this needy woman or this needy wife or this needy husband or this needy boyfriend. So, the peace of mind and, mental health right here, mental stability, and what's going on with your relationships are hand in hand now. They go hand in hand. If your relationship is out of balance, then your peace of mind can be out of balance, or mentally you're not out of balance. And that right there, that is a sign to you to back off emotionally, back off mentally. You putting too much into it, or you could be not putting enough into it. That's usually when the other one, when your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, they'll say to you, you're being too needy. So you're not putting enough care into them. You're not putting enough care into the relationship. So watch out for that. Another example of this, if you had this placement, is like when you come to like perceiving other people, how you look at other people, right? That affects, your interactions with other people. Let's say you in a Walmart. Well, it affects your feelings, and then your feelings affect your interaction with other people based off of how you see other people. Again, you're in a Walmart, and you see that this, I don't know, there's this couple, and like, you ever seen a couple that's like they argue in public? No, we all seen this. And then now you have feelings about that. See, now you perceiving them. It's the seventh house as well. How you perceive other people, and you see that in their relationship, and then you'll have feelings about that. Man, people are so this, and that, and so they too open and too, just open about what's going on in their relationship and stuff like that. And then you going forward, you'll interact with other people. You'll be more guarded in your interaction with other people, because you perceive other people to be too open, too vulnerable. They private life in their relationship, they do too much with it. Okay, boom, this is a perception. So now you feel like, man, I feel like people are too, too open with their relationships. Like the people that post on Facebook about their relationships. Somebody with this placement or see that and see that post or something like that, and then they feel like people are too open, so which causes them, whether consciously or not, it's probably unconscious, it causes them to be more guarded with other people. It just affects, you see what I'm saying, the feelings of whatever you felt, man, people too guarded, man. I gotta watch out for that. Am I this way? Am I that way? I don't know if I feel, am I doing that? Am I, exposing myself too much? Am I exposing my relationship too much? So based off of that, it affects your interaction with other people. You'll be more guarded when in interaction with other people in general, especially when it comes to your relationships. Or you'll be like, okay, I see that post, man. That's cool. Sometimes people need to get their things out, blah blah blah, whatever the feelings are. Then you'll be like, okay, there's nothing wrong with that. So you'll be, that may affect you to be more open, more vulnerable in your relationship, or more vulnerable with interacting with other people. You see, it affects your perception on other people, and your feelings about it affect your interaction with other people and in your relationships. All right, another example, how these people are, let's say in your relationship, in your marriage, you had to pour yourself out to the other person. And these people, if you had this placement, that's a common thing. I want to express to you who I am. I want to be able to be open and vulnerable. Remember, open and vulnerable to you, and blah 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 and stuff like that. Let's say, you told your husband or your boyfriend, well, I really don't. Something about your innermost self. You poured it out to them. When I was at work yesterday, this lady came up to me, and she said something that really irritated me. It really messed with me mentally, and I'm just, it really, I can't, emotionally is I'm not stable. They might not say these words, but that's what they're trying to get out to you. That, man, it really messed with me. That's what says. When people say stuff like that, that's somebody with displacement in their relationship, and they'll come to their boyfriend, girlfriend. Man, yesterday this, and man, it just messed with me. All this. So they're bearing their open self with you. They're letting that out in their relationship, and then let's say the husband or the boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, they just weren't. Somehow they made you feel like that you cannot be open with them, that you cannot be vulnerable with them, or something like that. So now what happens? Now you got to be defensive. See, again, what we go through, the way we are is a result of the things we've been through. You have bitter people for a reason. And if people are bitter, it's probably because they've had these kind of interactions with other people in their marriage and relationships over and over and over and over and over again, to where they built up this defensive, the famous crabby cancer wall, this bitter wall, and you can't. It's damn near impossible to get past and get through to that inner self, because, man, that happened. That example I just gave you. And I imagine that happening over and over and over in a relationship, or multiple relationships, or when it comes to other people in general. Like, these people, they can't open up. And then, so moving forward with people, they got to be defensive. They have to act, and they come off as bitter and stuff like that. I'm just saying, I'm trying to help you understand perhaps why you may be the way you are, or somebody that like this, why they are the way they are. Peace.